Hola a todos, aquí es Scolcer y bienvenidos a otro nuevo episodio de este Dragon Age Origins. Y acabamos de terminar lo que es la misión del círculo roto y hemos reclutado a los guardias gris, a los magos para el ejército del guardia gris. Y ahora lo que vamos a hacer es ir al risco rojo. Pero antes de nada vamos a tener que gestionar este inventario porque está 100 de 100. Vamos a ver, ¿me vendes alguna mochilita más? Vale, vamos a ver, sí. Pero si esto lo que hace... Bueno, en fin, supongo que primero se aplica y luego se... Sí, no, parece que primero se transfiere y luego se aplica. Bueno, vamos a ir personaje por personaje a ver si podemos mejorar algo. Esto no está nada mal. Nada mal. Bueno, me lo voy a pensar. Igual podemos llevar el equipo de los guardas grises un poquito más. Vale. Alistair, vamos a ver qué espada tienes. Bastante buena. Vamos a ver, igual podemos ir a... Igual nos podemos hacer, en vez de ir a Risco Rojo, el retorno de Ostagar. A pillar equipo bueno ahí. Sí podemos. Vamos, que esa es otra. Aún te queda un poco más de fuerza. Aunque bueno, eso tiene daño crítico puñalada. Esto sería más bien para un... Para un pícaro. Parece ser que todo lo que es con el DLC de las armaduras vamos a tardar en cambiarlas. Por lo que estoy viendo. Estoy por cambiarle esto, ¿eh? Vamos a probar. Quitamos defensa, pero ponemos más efectos curativos. Tú, vamos a ver. ¿Tú qué tienes? Casco ligero. Bueno, primero el bastón. Vamos a ver, magia 1. Yo creo que es mejor lo que tienes. Mira, esto sí que te va a ir para ti. Wayne, ¿qué nos cuentas? ¡Hostias! ¡Qué bastón que me llevas!, ¿no? Y eso supongo que Nanai. Ah, bueno, mira, que no tienes casco. Pues mira, para ti. De esto tampoco tienes. Bueno, ya que no tienes, te vamos a dar un poquito... Cinturón sí que tienes. Vale. Mira, te voy a cambiar... Es más bueno este, porque tiene más estadísticas, pero yo que sé, voluntad 1. Leliana, ¿qué nos cuentas? El arco te lo pusimos bueno, sí. Podríamos incluso ponerte... Nah, quédate con el arco. Astucia. Fíjate, defensa. Perro. Mira el arnés para ti. Y la pintura de garra. Vamos, vamos a ver. Porque teníamos alguna cosa interesante, ¿verdad? Al menos en cuestión de armaduras tenemos bastante... Mira. Vale. Y de esto me parece que no tenemos nada para ti. Sí, este es el momento que tenía Wayne. La voluntad no te sirve para nada, porque no tienes magia. Vale, y en principio todo lo demás para vender. ¿Podemos dar algún regalo? El grimorio, en principio, hasta que no nos diga nada, no se lo vamos a dar. Buenos días, Verónica. Pareces andaluza. Dando los buenos días por la tarde. Café, claro. Pues estoy aquí, me he puesto a hacer nada, o sea, no he hecho nada desde el otro día. Estoy gestionando un poquito el inventario. Me pondré a hablar con todos ahora. Y he pensado que en vez de hacerlo de Risco Rojo aún, vamos a ir a hacer el DLC de Retorno a Ostagar.
Is that for me? Really?
I am impressed. My thanks.
Ah, ¿que has trabajado de noche o qué? Te ha tocado una buena guardia.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
Is that for me?
Muy buena o qué.
Wow.
Ahora se acaba hasta las narices.
I am grateful. 'Tis thoughtful indeed.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
A generous gift. Thank you ever so much.
If there's anything I can do for you, I'm sure you'll...
¿Y hasta cuándo te toca currar de nuevo? El domingo. Bueno, pues aprovecha. Aprovecha a descansar todo lo que puedas. Sí, yo creo que sí. Vamos a ir a Ostagar. Porque quiero pillar la armadura de general de guardia gris. De Duncan. Que el modo este que tengo en principio lo cambia también. La escama de Draco me la voy a guardar. Tenemos bastantes potis, lo cual me gusta mucho. Sí, también cogías la armadura del rey. Estoy por subirle a 20 las vidas a todos. como base. Hombre, por fin, maestría arcana. Vamos a meter bien con esta maga ahora. Vamos a guardar antes de nada.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
No, esta se pondrá a decir... deja al tipo ahí en el suelo y dáselo a los perros. No me acuerdo. ¿A Wayne? ¿Llamamos a Wayne por ahora? Vamos a llegar a Wayne, en este caso en particular. Vamos a ver, retorno a Ostagar, ¿dónde estaba? Debería salir por ahí. Igual no sale aún o qué, Igual he hablado demasiado pronto. No me acuerdo cómo era el... cómo se iniciaba ese DLC.
Yes.
Yes.
Vamos a ver. Tierras de Val Loren. Vamos a ir aquí. Porque no me acuerdo de qué es ese DLC. Pero activaba Alistair. Ay, si no he hablado con la gente del campamento. Pues ahora miramos a ver qué es eso y vamos a hablar. Anda, tenemos vídeo.
Sire, I have more news. Yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone
Enough.
exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the dark...
Yo no sé qué hace el tío ese en armadura ahí en su castillo.
Only Kaelin's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire. But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Kaelin approached your legions for support, did he
Never!
not?
Marek and I drove those bastards out! We'll not roll out the welcome for them now.
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own. I will lead it through this, Anora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kaelin?
Kaelin's death was his own doing.
Vale. Vamos a ver. Tú quédate como dañador. Pero desactívate esto. Leliana, vamos a ponerte de arquero. Alistair defensor, muy bien. Y Wayne curandera. Hombre, más que curandera, a lo mejor de apoyo, Bueno, véate de curandera. Vale. Esto es Zevran.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help.
Me acuerdo perfectamente.
Please help us. Follow me. I'll take you to them.
Es curioso porque el vídeo que ha salido era la respuesta que ocurre cuando acabas con la emboscada de Zevran. Y ha salido antes, ¿te has fijado? Por eso le ha dicho el Arhow, la lucha ha salido como esperabais. Qué curioso. Vale, entonces si voy a activar toda la defensa posible, me voy a poner el escudo arcano, la armadura de roca. Tú, vamos a ver, ¿qué tienes de defensa? No tienes nada de defensa. Esto, vale. Tú, ponte ya a provocar. Y tú activa ya la canción de bardo. Vale. Puede ser, por eso he querido ir al mapa, al sitio ese que no sé lo que es. Que tiene marca de DLC, pero no sé lo que es.
Trap right ahead.
Hasta el pollo viene aquí en plan amenazante.
The Grey Warden dies here.
Míralo. No se puede seleccionar. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué tenemos por aquí? Uf, tenemos la de Dios. Y alguno que saldrá más por ahí que no veamos. Vamos a ver, tenemos viajeros. ¿No había algún mago por ahí? Me ha parecido ver rayos. Ah, tú te marcas como viajero, pero eres mago, que tienes el bastón ahí. Vale. Vamos a hacerte foco a ti. Ah, bueno, tienes poca torta, tú. Vamos a ver. Tú a ti. Tú provoca. Y esto se lo vamos a poner a la Liliana. Qué poca torta tiene aquí la gente, ¿eh? Que va, si es que no estoy ni curando. De hecho, voy a empezar a saquear ya, por si acaso... ¿Sabes? Eso que gano. Anda, amigos de Jenny la Roja. ¿Lo matamos o qué? Así luego lo vemos en el Dragon Age 2.
Not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet.
Eso tiene fácil solución.
Ah, so I'm to be interrogated. Let me save you some time. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly. A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logan, I think his name was. Yes, that's it. I have no idea what his issues are with you. The usual, I imagine. You threaten his power, yes? Beyond that, no, I am not loyal to him. I was contracted to perform a service.
Alistair está como en plan... robot ese de... Robot, ¿no? En plan con los brazos levantados, ¿eh?
I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the Crows would have informed your Logan of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the Crows are concerned. No need to see Logan.
¿Cómo se llama el robot ese de Star Wars? El alto, el tonto. C-3PO.
What can I say, huh? I am an eternal optimist. Although the chances of succeeding at this point seem a bit slim, don't they? No, I don't suppose you'd find that funny, would you? I wasn't paid anything. The Crows, however, were paid quite handsomely, or so I understand. Which does make me about as poor as a Chantry mouse, come to think of it. Being an Antivan Crow isn't for the ambitious, to be perfectly honest. Well, aside from a distinct lack of ambition, I suppose it's because I wasn't given much of a choice. The Crows...
Bueno, mientras no se convierta en borriga en araña.
So I'm led to believe. But don't let my sad story influence you. The Crows aren't so bad. They keep one well supplied. Wine, women, men, whatever you happen to fancy. Though the whole severance package is garbage, let me tell you. If you're considering joining, I'd really think twice about it.
I can tell you that. They are an order of assassins out of Antiva, very powerful and renowned for always getting the job done, so to speak. Someone went to great expense to hire this man.
Quite right. I'm surprised you haven't heard much of the crows out here. Back where I come from, we're rather infamous. Not precisely. I was in the neighborhood when the offer came. The crows get around, you see. Why not?
Hablas mucho para ser que estabas desmayado hace 2 minutos.
Consider it something I'm throwing in for free. As it is, if you're done with the interrogation, I have a proposal for you, if you're of a mind. Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the crows pause, so let me serve you instead. I think you're royally tough to kill, and utterly gorgeous. Not that I think you'll respond to simple flattery, but there are worse things in life than serving the whims of a deadly sex goddess. I happen to be a very loyal person, up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing. That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing, in which case I don't come very well recommended, I suppose. To be completely honest, I was never given much of a choice regarding joining the crows. They bought me on the slave market when I was a child. I think I paid my worth back to them plus tenfold. The only way out, however, is to sign up with someone they can't touch. Even if I did kill you now, they might just kill me on principle for failing the first time. Honestly, I'd rather take my chances with you. Possibly. I happen to know their wily ways, however. I can protect myself as well as you. Not that you seem to need much help. And if not, well, it's not as if I had many alternatives to start with, is it? Well, let's see. Being allowed to live would be nice, and would make me marginally more useful to you. And somewhere down the line, if you should decide that you no longer have need of me, then I go on my way. Until then, I'm yours. Is that fair? Why? Because I am skilled at many things, from fighting to stealth and picking locks. I could also warn you should the
Te lo vas a pasar genial el resto del juego en el campamento.
Now that my attempts have failed. I could also stand around and look pretty if you prefer. Warm your bed. Fend off unwanted suitors, no? I like a woman who knows exactly what she wants. I really do. So, what shall it be? I'll even shine armor. You won't find a better deal, I promise.
What? You're taking the assassin with us now? Does that really seem like a good idea? All right. I see your point. Still, if there was a sign we were desperate, I think it just knocked on the door and said hello.
Welcome, Zevran. Having an Antivan crow join us sounds like a fine plan.
Oh, you are another companion to be, then? I wasn't aware such loveliness existed amongst adventurers, surely.
Or maybe not.
I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
Vale, pues ya está. Vamos a lootear todo lo que podamos por aquí. Encima toda la pelorata que te ha echado al final, como no tengas buena reputación, luego en Denerim te traiciona. El cabrón. Como no tengas subida mucha la amistad. Vamos a ver si era este el inicio de lo de Ostagar. Creo que sí. Venga, vamos directamente a pegar. ¡Oh! Tarde. ¿Qué tenemos por aquí? Milicia privada. Toma un arquero. Se nota que son de DLC esto ya, porque... ¡Hostias! No me ha dado tiempo ni a curarle. Vamos a ver. Uf, apenas quito. Debería comprar pociones de lirio. Yo no sé qué hace esta tanqueando aquí. Vamos a ver, píllate una poti que tenemos de sobra. A ver, de salud tenemos de sobra. Pero vamos a ver. Uf, de lirio no me quedan. ¿Tú recuerdas dónde venden pociones de lirio? Me han matado. ¿Me lo han matado otra vez? Vamos a ver. No me queda ni un maldito congelar aquí. Me han tumbado, Wayne. Vamos a ver. Si vais todos para atrás, ¿puedo obligar al arquero ese de ahí abajo a subir un poco? ¿Cómo se ha levantado Wayne? ¿Tiene alguna pasiva de que se levanta de la muerte sola una vez por batalla o algo así? Vale.
Very well.
Podría cambiar a la Wayne por Sten. Vale.
Thank you. I didn't expect the band's men to notice my escape so quickly. I tried to hide here in the woods, but there wasn't time. And now I'm a dead man. You were there in Ostergar. You know how things went. For me, it was either this, or die in some darkspawn's belly, or be hung as a deserter. You were there with the Grey Wardens, one of Duncan's new recruits. I was to guard the king. He was my friend, understand? Maker. All that time in Ban Loren's prison. And I couldn't stop thinking about all they suffered that one dark night at Ostergar. I know. Even had Loghain's men not turned their backs on us, the Darkspawn were too many. Even Caelan, for all his bravado, knew there would be no victory at Ostagar. The king entrusted me with the key to the royal arms chest. If anything were to happen to him, he said, it was vital I deliver it to the wardens. He didn't get the chance. Duncan was so busy with the new recruits and keeping Loghain at bay. Whatever his reasoning, it's me Caelan entrusted it to. The Maker has a sense of humor, doesn't he? I suppose it's for the best, however. Had I kept it, it would be in Ban Loren's hands by now.
But you said Caelan entrusted it to you.
I was afraid. I thought I would lose it on the battlefield, so I stashed it in the camp. Please, it's probably still there. The key's behind a loose stone at the base of a statue. I'll draw a map for you, so you'll know where to search.
You'll be taking me along, won't you? Call me sentimental, but I left behind some dark spawn that really deserve a sword through the middle.
The events at Ostagar still haunt my thoughts, Warden. If that is where we are headed, I would like to accompany you.
It is vital that the king's documents do not fall into the wrong hands. As for Marik's sword, it is too powerful to be pawed at by those monsters. Same for the king's other arms and armor. And if you happen to find Caelan's body, see it off. He was our king. He shouldn't be left to rot amidst the Darkspawn's filth.
Vale. Vamos al campamento. Que no me he acordado de hablar con la gente antes. Y además han subido... además tenemos a Zevran. Podemos darle regalitos y a ver qué pasa. Bueno, ya sabemos todo lo que pasa. ¿Esto es para Wayne?
Oh, marvelous.
¿No teníamos algo para Zevran? Sí, el oro este.
I shall treasure it. Thank you.
Yes. Sitting, as you observed. It's what you asked. Warden, if I truly disliked you, I would leave. That I am still here, you may interpret however you choose. I did. Parshera. Was there anything else? I am hardly surprised. To answer a question. The Arishok asked what is the Blight. By his curiosity, I am now here. Yes. Never. I cannot go home. It doesn't matter now. Can we move on? We keep the dark spawn.
Vale, no me das la misión aún.
Speak then. Then I suggest we move on.
Vale.
As you wish.
¿Tú te vas a quedar con las manos así todo lo que queda de partida o qué?
Something on your mind?
¿Alguien te ha dicho lo guapo? Vale, no, gracias.
Of course.
No vamos a tirar por ahí.
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The chantry.
A ver si tenemos la amistad suficiente ya para que nos enseñe a ser templario.
But don't let them
Desbloqueamos la especialidad.
They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells. Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put two and two together. Well, they do it, and they feel perfectly justified. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templar's talents more effective, or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
Vamos a ver, si guardo y vuelvo a cargar, ¿se corrige el tema de los brazos? Es que me estás poniendo enfermo. Vale, se ha corregido. Bien. Liliana.
Something I can help with?
¿No me dices nada?
What's on your mind? Where did you hear this? And you believe everything you hear? Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards. Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are. What do you think? They infiltrate, steal, sometimes assassinate? It depends on the bard. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the Empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players. I have revealed too much, it seems, but it doesn't matter what I used to be. It is the past. I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry. And when the storm passed, I just...
A ver si nos salta ya la misión de Mario Lane.
The Maker brought me here.
Y podemos cambiarle la personalidad de esta también.
I don't think you have the correct aptitude. I could give you some pointers, though. You may be able to pass them on to someone you know. Let's just go over there, away from the others. For safety, yes? I expect there shall be daggers flying about willy-nilly for a time.
Vale.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind? My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it. She had served Cecily, the Lady Cecily, for many years and was loyal to her. Cecily was a good person. She was always kind to me. Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother. She was my mother. I just wish I had a little something to remember her by.
Uy, ¿la ha cagado o
You
qué?
just don't understand. Forget I said anything. This is my trouble, not yours.
Sí.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind? I miss Valroyaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Valroyaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Valroyaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent. Oh, it would take me a day or two to talk
¿Cómo se
about
hinan
the
las
many
cosas una vez que has
standards
jugado a
of
toda la
Ole,
saga y te
the
hablan de
golden
cosas que no
eagles,
conocías, pero
electric
luego
rails?
sí?
Of course, there are good things and bad things about Ole, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes
¿Cuántas de estas
I
cosas
like
habrán
it.
sido retcon
You will laugh
y
at
cuántas
this,
no?
but I miss the fine things I had in Ole. I left behind much, leaving Ole, but there is more to life than dresses and furs. It is sad that many have lost sight of this. Ole is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes! Living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes. When I left Ole, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring. I had my eye on a pair my shoemaker was working on. It was covered in pale blue silk, with amber beads on the toe. The shoes made in Ole were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them. They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
Mucho te gustan a ti los pies, Leliana. Yo no digo nada. Pero, en fin. Emisario Peter.
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden, as do the Templars of the Chantry.
Ahora, es un tranquilo. Tiene la marca en la frente.
There are always areas to improve on, Grey Warden. The most useful for my talents are runes. The Circle of Magi stands ready
Pues
to
mira,
assist,
le voy a entregar todas las runas que tengo.
as do the Templars of the Chantry. There are always areas.
Vale, hay que dejarlas aquí, ¿no? Creo, no lo sé. Porque más habla de las runas y luego, en fin. ¡Wine!
It's been a long day.
Que no he hablado contigo nunca.
Rest would be welcome. Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken. Thank you. You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done. Oh, no. I'm not the sort of person that leaves things unfinished. I'll see this through, I promise. Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower? The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most. Every mage is vulnerable, no matter how accomplished or powerful. That is the first thing we learn, and overconfidence can lead to recklessness. One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone, replaced by madness. And there is no turning back, or at least that's what they say. Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity. Because every mage lives with this threat. It is constantly on our minds. Do not trouble yourself, though. This is only an old lady giving voice to her musings. Irving told me about how you became a Grey Warden, and that unpleasant incident that occurred prior to your departure from the Circle. None other. I respect the decision you made and the way you handled it. And it did not seem to affect Duncan's desire to recruit you. But that aside, you're a Grey Warden now, and perhaps I presume too much by saying this, but the Circle is proud of you. You are a true child of the Circle. Raw power tempered with learning, wisdom, and the desire to serve others. Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to.
Café y sándwich. ¿Descafeinado?
You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be. I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you? I just wanted to know what you thought being a Grey Warden was about. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others, about serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men. As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of
A ver, ¿ese sándwich cómo es? A ver, ponme los dientes largos, que no me he merendado.
more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they. A good king, a true
Ah,
king
mortadela.
who cares for
Ah,
his
yo
people,
pensaba, a mí me gusta
uses his
hacerlos.
power to rule firmly but fairly.
Yo los
He serves
hago
his people first and foremost.
con una pequeñita base de mantequilla en el pan, luego un poco de queso y jamón york en medio, porque así el queso bloquea todo el agua que salga del jamón, y 3 o 4 minutos ahí en la sandwichera.
If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples.
Comienzan los días perros, ¿no? Para ti. Como el que hice por lo menos 3 días.
How wide they will become, how will they affect the pond? But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome. What's on your mind?
Nada.
There's no trouble.
Vamos a hablar con Zevran. No, vamos a hablar con Morrigan y ya terminamos con Zevran. Y yo no sé qué hacer porque... Vamos a ir a Denerimo algo a comprar pociones, me da a mí. Porque no puedo... Lirio. No tengo ni polvo ni frasco. Le echaré un vistazo al mercader, a ver si tiene de eso.
What do you wish of me?
Hablar.
If you must.
Me va a decir que no, ¿verdad?
Others. Do you mean yourself? Then I shall teach you what I can whenever we are in camp, provided you
Anda,
have
qué
the will
curioso.
to even make the attempt, that is.
Yo recordaba... Hostias, yo recordaba como que era súper complicado que te lo enseñara. Vamos a ver, ¿tienes pociones o frascos o algo? 4 pociones, con 4 pociones no hago nada. No tengo ni para desayunar. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué hacen falta? Frascos he visto que tenías... Polvo de lirio.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. I'm sure you'll...
Polvo de lirio no tienes. No. No tienes. Voy a comprar todos los frascos que pueda por 1 oro. Y los tengo ya aquí guardadicos. En el círculo. Pues sí, puedo probar en el círculo. Tú, vamos a ver.
Here I am. Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Sí, vamos a ir al círculo. Entonces, además estamos al lado.
Well, The crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training, the sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that
Ya, yo también sé que había alguien que iba yo hace años a precisamente a hacer pociones de mago.
Within the crows, I did. But it has been something the crows have devoted a great deal of time to perfecting. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler. See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we? Hmm?
Vale, ¿tienes algo más que decirme?
Oh, I certainly could, but I won't. I swore to the crows that the things they taught me were to remain a secret. And while, yes,
Vale, eso si te doy un par de tartas, me parece que cambias de opinión rápido, además.
If you are truly insistent, well, let me think about it. The crows are already angry at me, yes?
De hecho, debería regalarle un par de tartas a Sten, porque ya que no lo estamos llevando...
Here I am. Oh, this should be good. Go ahead. Well now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin, after all, is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So, if that choice presents itself...
Al perro le pasa algo porque no se calla.
Now that you mention it, I am not entirely certain. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was already...
Sí, el perro tiene como escenitas
cómicas,
cómicas, por lo general, pequeñitas.
Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die. Oh, I don't know about that. The crows who are actually good enough to survive come to enjoy some of the benefits. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect, gets you wealth, gets you women, and men, or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining. As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go. And here I am, happy to be had. Isn't it wonderful how things work out that way? Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so.
¿A ti qué te pasa?
Your dog is filthy. I can smell him 50 yards off.
Derribará a nuestros enemigos con su peste.
That may be so, but all the same, I would like your permission to bathe him. You know that's not what we use magic for. Just make him sleep over on the other side of the camp. With Alistair. With any luck, that will keep all the stench confined to one small area.
Vale, solo era eso. Vale, vamos a regalar un par de tartas.
Something you need? I'm sure.
Por cierto, mochila no vuelves a vender aún, no. Vale, vamos a regalar 3 tartas. 3 para Sten.
Unexpected. Thank you.
Vale, ya ha subido de apreciación porque se ha oído. Y 3 para Zevran.
How nice. How nice.
Vamos a darle una más a Zevran, que estaba a punto de subir. Una. Gracias.
How nice.
Ah, pues no. Bueno, pues eso que se lleva. Como tampoco lo vamos a usar.
You are not quite as callow as I thought. That is
Me
unexpected.
gusta esa tarta, ¿eh? Oh, madre mía.
You're welcome. I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware. I told you before that I was sent here. I was not sent alone. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell. I am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke, I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand. I searched for it, and when that failed, I asked my rescuers what had become of it. I killed them with my bare hands. I did. I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down. That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arashok.
Eso es verdad. Si pierdes tu arma o tu martillo, si eres carpintero, esto te matan automáticamente.
If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now. Near Lake Calenhad. Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
Vale, pues ya tenemos la misioncita. ¿Y tú tienes algo que decirme? Sí.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes?
Pues mira, ya que vamos a ir a la Torre de los Magos a pillar pociones. Vamos a hacer también la espada de Sten.
Not precisely. I said I would serve you until you saw fit to release me. One simply assumes that once your Grey Warden business is finished, you would have no need of an assassin to follow you about. Am I wrong? Indeed. I might even be glad to call myself such, come to think of it. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes? What say you?
Vamos a ver. ¿Me enseñas ya a ser asesino?
I could teach others, but not yourself. First, I would need someone who has training as a rogue. That is, unless you would care to spend the years it takes to gain the fundamentals.
Parece que sí.
But if there should be such a person who desires this training, yes, by all means, send them to me. The crows are already furious, no? I shall enjoy tweaking their nose further.
Perfecto. Y ahora sí que sí. Vamos a ver, vamos a llevarnos a Sten. Y vamos a... Sí, ya podemos ir a Ostagar, vale. Vamos a ir a los muelles del lago. Y vamos a subirte de nivel. Vamos a ver. Has subido bastante. ¿Y era contigo con quien había que hablar?
Back off! I was here first. Why, you looking to buy one? Oh, is he? Well, that's... see, I'd like to sell you one, but I don't, have any myself. I got part of a glove the wolves didn't chew too badly, though. I think it was a glove, anyway. I know, don't say it, I got cheated. I knew the guy who was here before me. He sold me this spot. Said he'd found giants and all kind of crazy valuables. He didn't mention that he'd taken everything but the bones and the dirt already. His name's Ferrin. Squirrely little bastard, if you ask me. Which you didn't, but I said it anyway. He was going to Orzammar, he said. I imagine he's got there by now. If you find him, tell him I sent you. It'll scare the piss out of him.
Vale. Vamos a pasar dos armas por ahora. Y vamos a ir a Ostagar. Pero antes de nada... Tú no me vendes nada, ¿verdad? Pensaba que sí que me vendías algo. No. Solo das misiones. Vale, pues vamos al... Vamos a la torre. Tú me llevas sin tener que ir al mapa, ¿verdad? Sí.
Looking to go across to the tower? Off we go then.
Hombre, aunque si quieres polvo del lirio, lo suyo es ir a Orzammar, que es de donde sale.
You really killed all those abominations? I didn't think it was possible. I thought we'd all die here.
Eso se merece un descuento, ¿no? Un descuentito, vamos a ver, ¿tienes mochila? No. ¡Ostras! 106 oros, todos los atributos 2. Uf, vamos a ver. Oh, genial, genial, genial. 2 oretes. Vale. Mira, los tiene infinitos, perfecto. No, pero fíjate, tiene polvo infinito este tipo. No hace falta ir a Orzammar. Estaría bien subir el nivel de... Vamos a ver, ¿tengo a alguien con más...? No. Bueno, con esto ya vale. Vale, pues vamos a Orzammar. Nos va a costar bastante. Digo, Orzammar, Ostagar. Nos va a costar lo suyo. Si hemos tenido problemas en el bosque, igual nos tenemos que dar media vuelta, ¿eh? A mitad de DC. A ver, ¿qué está pasando? Emboscada. Además, esta era de misión. Esta era de una misión que hemos pillado. Hola. Vamos a ver. Si os dejo a todos aquí y yo me voy contigo. A ver si funciona esto.
Are you a seeker, perchance? My packs are light, but I have a tome of strange origin. The Deus V Eternus, rumored to be the last message to a sinful world from the Maker himself. Ah, will the wonders of this all too small a land never cease? Well, they will for you. Get them!
Nada, nos teleportan aquí a todos. Vale. Tú estás casteando algo. Vamos a ver. Nada. No lo he visto. ¡Ay, muertos! Vamos a ver. Es verdad, ostras, que no tenemos a Wayne. Contaba con que tuviéramos a Wayne. Vale. Uy, vamos a ver. Estáis los dos... No sé si están los dos aquí. Veo a Alistair, pero no veo... No veo a Sten. Bueno, sí, están aquí los dos, vale. No te creas. Que las pociones parece que no, pero... Vale, esto está hecho. Las he pasado más putas en... Astucia 2. Pero esto es tela. ¿Para qué quiere astucia un mago? ¿Qué hace la astucia? ¿Dónde se miraba eso? Aumenta la eficiencia de pícaro. Penetración de armadura y resistencia mental y persuasión. Hombre, persuasión tenemos el piquito de oro este. En fin. ¿Qué hago? Entonces, ¿me quito a Sten y me pongo a la Wayne? Es que, claro, me debería centrar en curar si voy... Si no tengo a Wayne. Qué mala influencia, obligarla a tenerla ahí durante los eventos del círculo. Y hasta aquí hemos llegado. Hemos podido reclutar a la Zevran, aunque vemos que este juego se va liando un poco a la hora de mostrar escenas, pero bueno. Nos vamos a dirigir a Ostagar a ver qué es lo que ha quedado de aquella batalla que vimos al comienzo. Y nada, muchas gracias por estar ahí. Si te ha gustado no olvides apoyarme tanto aquí en YouTube como en Twitch. Nos vemos.